I don't think a lot of people know that Denim and Diamonds started out just as the name of my store. I had a small store and it was called Denim and Diamonds, and I came up with the name because the idea was to just embellish jeans. I would take jeans and I would embellish them with Swarovski crystals and chains, and from that people would call up and order jeans, or they would come into the store and just kind of look at some of the jeans that I had embellished and get those jeans, and they would wear them with like blazer jackets or tank tops or however they wanted to rock them. And shortly after that, I was also involved in a lot of styling. I was styling a lot of models, helping to build their portfolios, assisting photographers on photo shoots, and fed, that's what fed my dream to become a fashion designer. I'm the type of person, I believe in researching. I take my time and I sat down, I prayed about it, I did a lot of research, and I wanted to find out what it would actually take to start an actual clothing line. And after I did that, I hired someone to create patterns for me. I hired someone to actually sew for me, and it was great. It worked out great. I found someone and she did impeccable work, but the innovation was not there, because what I began to realize is that I'm a visionary. So a lot of things that I was thinking of in my head, I would sketch them out as best that I could, and I would explain them to her as best that I could, and she would create what she thought I meant. And it was great, but it was just never what I had in my head. And that's when I just kind of took a step back, and God, he spoke to me, and he just told me that if this is your gift, and you have to put your whole heart in it. You can't do it halfway. You can't have someone do 50% of the work and you do the other 50%. So that's when I went back. I learned to sew. It was a very short time. I took like a 6-week sewing class, and from there, I think God he's just amazing when he gives us a gift, because the things I'm doing on the level that I sew, I've only been sewing since 2009, and that's just how I know that God this is just a gift that he gave to me. This is my purpose, and that's just the best feeling in the world, is to wake up every day with a purpose and to chase something that is meant for you. I wake up every day doing me. I don't think about what anyone else is doing. I don't think about how they're doing it. I don't think what they're going to do next. I just do me. I just wake up full of energy, ready to do what God has put in my heart to do. And, once I learned to sew, I started to create a range of things. I wanted to sort of get away from jeans, since that's what I was known for. And that's when I started to create clutches and belts and dresses and skirts. And, for a long time, I just made things for myself and, for my family, and they would wear it. And it wasn't until I got on Facebook that, people started to see my work. I put my work out there, and that's when I gained just this large clientele of people that just wanted what I had to offer. And I was kind of shocked by it, because, I was always told that you'll never make it where you're from. If you're from Dallas, girls in Dallas are never going to, they're never going to rock your clothes. You just don't get support in your hometown. You're going to have to go out. You're going to have to do something else, because they'll never support you. And that was just totally wrong. The support that I've received, not from my family, because that's just incredible. I don't like to talk about it too much, because I get really emotional. But as far as my clients, it's just like the level of support, and they're so patient, and they just root for me, and I feed off of their energy, and they're just so excited, and they love what I do. And the reason it's so special to me, it's because my brand is not a brand that's in Nordstrom's, or my brand is not in Borney's. So to have girls to bring their hard-earned money and say, I want to wear this for my birthday, and I wouldn't dream of wearing anything else. I want you to dress me for my birthday. That's a feeling that I can't explain it, and I know that that's God, because most people like to be associated with what's big and what's huge, and this brand is still at the baby level. It's still it's not a huge brand. I'm still growing it. It's taken a long time for me to get where I am. And for them to just, the level of support that I receive from my clients, they're so supportive, and I know it's genuine. They want to see me make it. They want someone that looks like them, that speaks like them, that's from where they're from. They want to see something different. And Dallas is going to be the reason why I end up wherever I end up. The support that I receive from my hometown, and not many people can say that. And so I get really overwhelmed when I talk about it, because so many people told me to just market, in Miami and market in LA, and those girls are different, and those girls dress the way you dress, and they're kind of more your style. Don't bother, with the chicks from Dallas, because they're not going to get involved. And that was just so not true. That it's just so wrong. They were just so wrong. My girls are just, I just can't wait until I get to where God has shown me where I'm going, because the people that are spending money with me now, they won't spend a dime once I'm at the level where I plan to go. They're probably going to get sick of me. They're going to go to the door every day, and they're going to have boxes and boxes of things, new things that I've created. As soon as I'm in a position to just give them things, those are the people that I plan to give things to, the people that are spending their money with me right now, the people that believe in me, the people that kind of love what I'm doing. Those are the girls that I want to be able to wear free things. I'm not interested in dressing, celebrities that already have money and that'll buy 5 things from me and let it hang in the closet. I'm interested in the girls that were there for me from the beginning, that, took the money that they had and they brought it to me and believed in me even when things were not perfect, or when this was not perfect, when the brand was non-existent. Those are the girls, that I want to repay, and I can never repay them for what they've done. And so that's the most exciting part for me. That's what I'm anticipating the most, to be able to give back to the people that's been here for me from day one. The progress of the brand, it's just crazy. I went from not sewing at all to sewing belts and clutches and just all sorts of things. And then I moved into shoes. I found a shoe manufacturer. And then I moved into sunglasses and caps. And it just spiraled out of control. I was so impressed. And that's just confirmation for me every single time something new happens, that God just has his hand on me. He has his hand on what he's doing with the brand, because I'm just a regular chick. I'm just an average chick. I'm not, I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I don't have, a celebrity aunt that has a big name and I'm hiding behind her name. My client base and my brand was built one piece at a time. If you notice, you don't see any Denim and Diamonds commercials. You don't see any Denim and Diamonds flyers. I don't market anywhere. The way I've grown is just working. I have a work ethic. I'm always very focused. So my point is, the only way to grow is just to work. So I just work and I create things. I'll sell that to someone, and that person will wear it wherever they're going. And from that, I'll gain 8 to 10 people calling me about that. So I'm not really big on, a lot of the commercials and a lot of the hype, that people feel that you have to have. And that's the great thing about me, is that I'm not interested in fitting into what's already existent. How people feel that you own your own business and you have to have this many commercials and you need to do this many flyers. When God says yes, and when God gives you the green light to do something, the only thing you need to do is just move into the moment. The only thing you need to do is work. There's no extra. There's no bells and whistles. There's no magic tricks. The only thing you need to do is go to God and listen for his voice. And when he gives you your purpose, and when you start to live in that purpose, the only thing you have to do is just work. There's no extras. And I don't do any of those extras. And as the brand continues to grow, you may start to see more commercials or you may start to see more of that. But that's when it's moved sort of away from the ground level. And at that point, that's just going to be extra things. That's not to make the brand what it is. This brand has come this far just strictly one client at a time, one piece at a time. You don't ever walk in my showroom and there's 50,000 things on the rack and 50,000 people are buying things. I mean, I have 4 pieces or 5 pieces, and to gain 6 or 7 new clients every week from just sitting behind a sewing machine, it's just incredible. It's just amazing. And in January, I have a show on the 28th of January, and it's going to show the growth of the brand. I'm calling it the next level of Denim and Diamonds because that's exactly what it is. I've moved into bridal, and I've moved into my boys collection. The bridal collection is called DCB, and it's the Denim Couture Bride. And I have a boys collection, and it's not for grown-ups, it's for little boys, inspired by my 2 nephews. So it'll be clothes for, little boys ranging from ages 3 to maybe age 11. And the reason why is because I shop a lot for my nephews, and I see a lot of things that are very, very matchy. It's cute, but it's matchy. And so I want to see something different out there for them. And so instead of complaining about what I see, I'm the type of person, I just believe in creating the change I want to see. I could sit home and just try to figure out ways and try to make these over-the-top looks so someone can notice me and put it in their store, and I can go to New York Fashion Week. But instead, I just work, I stay in my own lane, and I've created my own industry. I'm not interested in fitting in to an industry that already exists. I'm creating my own industry. I want to show girls like me, that's when they grew up, they didn't have a whole lot, but I want to show them that you can build something on your own. There's no need to move away to New York or move away to LA. You can start your own brand, your own company right here where you're from, and you can start it with nothing. The only thing you need is to be focused, and you need a work ethic. And from there, you're unstoppable. And that's what I try to tell people. If I was ever going to be stopped, the worst thing could have happened is I learned to sew. So when I learned to sew, that was it. It's a wrap. I mean, because when I had someone sewing for me, I had limits because this person could only do so much in this much time. Now that I'm in control, I sew all night. I wake up in the morning, I'm sewing. So that's why now it's like I'm a monster when it comes to what I'm doing, because I'm unstoppable. So that's why when people compare me, or they say, do you feel that this person is your competition? I don't have a competition. And the reason I don't have a competition is because what I'm doing, I'm the only person that's doing it. And I'm only competing against myself. Each and every day, I try to get better and better at what I'm doing. I'm trying to make the last thing I made better than the thing before, and I'm trying to add to my brand as a whole. I don't flip-flop around from careers. Everything that I'm doing and I'm planning to do, it's all tied in to Denim and Diamonds, and that's what I focus on. I don't focus on, oh, I got to be famous, and then now I got to do this. Oh, and these people, now they're making these type of looks. Oh, okay, so this celebrity is in town now. I need to dress this celebrity. I'm not interested in any of that. I just wake up and I just do me. That's the only way to succeed, is to do you. And I truly believe that. So that's why when people use words like competition, or it's crazy to me. I actually get tickled by it because I do me. So no one can do me better than me. And that goes for anyone. I can't do someone else better than they can do themselves. I'm doing me. A lot of people want to get involved in fashion for many, many different reasons. If you know me, you've known I've always loved clothes. I've always loved to dress nice. I've always loved to be different. But I knew going into this that it was more than that. And I think that's what a lot of people should realize, that it's more than just dressing up. This is not make-believe. There's a lot of work that goes into this. You have to be a certain type of person. If I was a quitter, I've been done a long time ago. This is not a career for the faint at heart. I mean, I've had so many doors slammed in my face, and that's what's fed my dream. That's what's made me become who I am. Because instead of sitting and crying about it and picking myself up and going back and trying to be a part of what they're doing, I decided to create my own thing. So instead of asking people and taking them pieces and begging them to put my piece in their store, I have my own store. So I can create whatever I want to. If someone thinks it's crappy, whatever, they hate it, so what? It's my store, it's my garment, I do what I want to do. And that's the best way to succeed, is to do things your way. You know, to follow a little cookie cutter, steps on, this is how you get your line in a store. I think that's crazy. I'll never be in stores if I have to follow what everyone else is doing. That's not my style. My style is the style of a leader, and to be a leader, you have to have a lot of courage. You have to open yourself up to be criticized. So I'm fine with that. On January 28th, my showcase will show the direction that the brand is going in. It will show the growth of the brand. It will just be one big celebration, one big party. You'll get to see a lot of the new things that I have to offer. Open bar all night. So it's a party you wouldn't want to miss. If you are a full supporter of D&D, I'm sure you'll be there. I'm hoping for a sold-out show. If you haven't had a chance to support what I'm doing, this will be a perfect opportunity to come out and show your support. Tickets go on sale November 16th, so I hope to see you there. I want to personally thank my family, the entire city of Dallas, just for having my back and just for being there and just giving me the boost of energy I need, showing me that this can happen from one of us. And so January 28th, see you there, 7 o'clock, red carpet, dress to impress.